Okay.
Two trees started growing as seedlings right next to each other. And as they grew, the two, where the trunks started hitting, they just started conforming to each other. And they sort of bond. You know, the bark will start mixing together, and then the fibers will mix together, but they never took a solid bond, because two trees can't bond together when they grow next to each other. They'll look like they're the same tree, because the bark will be growing together and you can't tell the difference. And then all of a sudden, when a big wind comes up someday, and these were in very, very sandy soil, so the wind hit them a few years ago and separated the trees. And then this one just, they'd had rot in there already because of where they were trying to grow together, that bugs would always get into the cracks, and when the wind blew, the trees would open and close a little bit. Really? So the bugs would get in here, moisture would get in here, and it just keeps getting weaker and weaker until someday the wind will get it and tip one or both over. And this one must have laid, I would say they split apart probably 10 years ago. And they didn't completely fall over. So the roots were still good in the ground, so they kept living, and finally they just died.
Because both trees were living, although and their roots were interwoven together.
Completely. They would probably be connected even, because roots will somehow do that. But they could never bond together, being two separate trees. They would, the bark would, see it where it's out like this, that's the bark trying to heal over the wound. And the wound would always get, the wound is where the two rubbed. And as they would rub, the bark would try to heal over that wound. And then it would heal over a ways, but it keeps coming way out. And then all of a sudden the wind would get it and shake it around a little bit. Well, that made another wound open up. So then it would try to grow again. So it just keeps getting out like a big mushroom, just it's trying to heal.
It keeps trying to heal it. Hmm.
That's just neat.
Wow, that's amazing. How old of a tree, or these two trees?
Oh, I would say this one, I'd say they had to be about, an oak, probably 125, 150 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Because oak grows so slow. I'd say it's at least 150.
Mm-hmm. And this is like a red oak?
Yes. Yep. But here you can see how many times here that it's tried to heal itself. And this is the same thing you'd see if you had cut a limb off and then it grows over where that scar is. This is the same type of deal, but it could never bond.
Okay, thank you, James.
I hope that explains it.
That really